Alrighty guys, welcome back to the Combustion Gamer 2 YouTube channel and our career mode over here as we go racing in total immersion racing, or TIR, as we go racing here at Silverstone. Let's go ahead and head to the race. Here we go. We got all of our new information, track info and whatnot. We got Silverstone as an open circuit, fast sweeping bends are mixed with a few slower corners to provide several overtaking spots. And we also got our lap records listed there below as well. So let's go ahead and we can do manual or automatic. We'll just do automatic for right now, and let's take a look. We can also do car setup. Let's see what kind of setup we have. We currently have the setup from last time. We're going to keep those brakes as is. Oh, that looks pretty decent. Take a look at this suspension though. Yeah, I need to lower that tire pressure in the back. We're also going to lower the rear end as well. Try and get that rear end not to step out quite as much. Soften that a bit. We're going to leave that as is for the moment. I think that should be good. We'll see what that does. But anyways, let's... Yep, wrong one. Let's go qualify. Well, actually, no. We're just gonna race. Let's go racing here at Silverstone as we, Bobeski, try to become the GT champion in TIR. Let's go. Alrighty guys, so we are in our Audi TTR, and let's see what we can do in the championship here in the GT series. We got ourselves 5 laps here that we got to race around Silverstone. It's going to make it for a fun race. As you can see, the other cars are already just leaving us behind here for the moment. Got to get up to speed, which takes us a little while. Our biggest thing is going to be not driving through the grass or the dirt. That would be helpful. Now technically you do have dirt that can fly. You also would have like some grass texture as well when you hit the grass. But I think, oh there we go, a little bit of smoke action. You can see that there. Also making our teammate mad. Ooh, somebody spun out already. That was the Panaz from the GTS group. Take a look here. How do we look? I forget which button we use to look behind us. I know there is one, but backspace, enter, there it is, enter, so we can look behind us. I knew it was one of those buttons. Alright, so that's going to be enter to look behind us, see what's going on. That's good. Is it? Yeah, okay. Good. Just making sure I remember my buttons. Alrighty, let's see what we can do here. Alright, car feels a little bit more stable after we did the switch up on the setup, which is very, very helpful as we try to go and chase these guys down. Get more into a comfortable position in my seat, sitting a little bit too forward. There we go. Alright, so we got a Noble here that we're going to try and race. I think this is McDowell in the Noble, so driving a yellow car. Woo! Hitting the signs, getting into McDowell there a little bit. Obviously want to be nice to him, but yeah, he's in the yellow car, which, surprise, surprise, McDowell in a yellow car. That makes total sense, right? I think so. He might be in the qualf, but I think he's in this yellow car right here. So we're going to be racing him. So as I said, one thing about these Audis, they don't have that much speed, honestly. So the biggest thing is just working your hardest to try and drive cleanly. So hit the brakes here a little bit. Hit that turn. There we go, there we go. Yep, now we got that run. So it's just getting those corners nice and smooth and figuring out how to get that to work. Go. Into the BMW a little bit there. Oh, he's fighting back. I'm going to guess that that's Blackwood. And I have a hate relationship with Blackwood that stems back all the way to the original playing of this game. I and that guy do not get along. Yep, I think that's who's behind me. Is Blackwood. Oh, he might be in front of me here. I'm not sure. It's one of these guys. But yeah, I've always had a rivalry with that guy in this game. You can kind of see this. They got the shadow that goes on, kind of rendering in and out a bit there. So I'm not totally sure what that is. It took me a while to get this game just to run, but currently it seems to be running pretty good. and I'm just glad that it is running. It makes for some fun racing, nostalgia that I haven't been able to do in a while, so definitely like that. So, throwing it back to total immersion racing. If I remember correctly, I think I saw way back when Walmart had the demo that you could play on the games. I think I saw like the follow-up to this potentially, where you had damage on the cars, whereas this you don't have any damage whatsoever on these cars, which honestly is fine. Oop, and there we go, race. Got the race engineer there actually talking to us for the first time. Haven't heard a word from him all race. Nice to know that he's still around. You can also see our second gauge right there, so we obviously have, ooh, there we go, 156 flat. Awesome time there by us. Ooh, got a little bit loose there. But you can see we're currently sitting second in our class, and we're currently 13th overall, I believe, is what the yellow is showing us there. Woo! Yeah, you get loose in this game, and you gotta catch it. Ooh, you see BMW here getting loose. I'm not sure which guy this is. We'll see who it is here in a minute. Ooh, yeah. So the rear end will step out on you. So obviously we got this is Chug. We got Chug here in front of us. Chugnorious, Chugnorious, everywhere victorious. Except for when I beat him. That's what we're looking for. And then we got the GTS class. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Getting into him a little bit there. Love the beat up sounds. Music to my ears for sure. And obviously take a look back. Now what's interesting is that we have the white LED lights obviously on the car while everyone else is still running the yellow in this class. Kind of interesting, you have multiple classes, but you didn't quite have the different headlamp lights, headlight colors. I'll get the word out eventually. That would normally define a class. That's kind of an interesting thing, but still, we're doing pretty good here. We're in first, 12th overall in the race, as we have, I believe, a GTS car trapped behind us, so he might come ripping through the field here in a minute. And if he does, we're going to hear a beautiful sound that we will all know and love, and that is the sound of a Panaz V8 ripping past us, which also happens to be a Ford V8, if I remember correctly. But love those cars. Those things sound so good. And if I remember correctly, they drive decently in this game too. You got to kind of work on the weight ballast on the car, because it's a little bit too centered to the rear. So you're gonna have to relocate that, because the car spins out a little bit too easily. But once you get downforce and all that stuff taken care of, the car drives really decently. Alright, a little bit slower this lap, that's fine. We're still leading by 3 seconds over Chug. Don't mind doing that. Woo! But yeah, that suspension work that we did to this car has made it far more drivable, so nice to be able to have that taken care of. And you can lock up the brakes, get a little brake smoke, tire lockup going into the corners, which is really neat for this particular game. I forget exactly what year this game came out, and I'm not going to look now. Not going to look at the disc now because I'm racing, trying to win. I think we got the pro guys about to rip through us here as well. So obviously, something, if the race isn't going too well, you can always just let the pro guys come up and lap you by going slow, and obviously they'll take a lap off the race and you'll be finished. Always a nice cheat of the game to be able to just get out of a race that was taking way too long and not going your way. There's something you can always do. I think we might have, I'm not sure what we have. Let's see here, what do we got, what do we got? Yep, got one of the fast cars coming, so if we just let him by here. There we go, lap by the leader. And we still win the race, but we saved ourselves from having to go around the track again. And that was obviously the very beautiful Bentley that just won the race in Pro. So take a look there. We did a 156 flat. The fastest lap behind us was Chug there in the 158, and yes, it was Blackwood in the second BMW. We really don't like that guy. So anyways, currently, with an extra point from the fastest lap, we are currently leading the standings by 5 points. Yeah, 5 points over the fields. That's sweet. Then, obviously, we can go back, take a look at the replay. I don't remember if we can fast forward. There's any buttons to fast forward through this or not. I know you can't switch camera angles. Yeah, there's not really a way to fast forward through any of this, which is fine. But yeah, nice shots either way, so that's pretty cool. Would be nice if you could fast forward, then we could get some good thumbnails instead of having to sit here. But still, it's a very fun game and still enjoy it. Despite the lack of features in the replay mode, but it had a replay mode. What's interesting is the inconsistencies with replay mode. Yeah, you could race a race and everything would happen a specific way, and then you get into replay mode. Somehow you'd lose in replay mode. You'd lose the race in replay mode. That's how replay mode would work. So it's kind of interesting how that game decided to work it. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and exit out here. And we are going to continue on with our career. So there we go, 110%. Our guy is happy with us, and we got championship points. Next up is Monza. Love this track. Still love it in any game that I have it in. Just a very fun track to drive. Go ahead and head on out. I don't think we really need to do anything in the car setup. We should be good. So we're going to go ahead and head straight into the race here. Let's go racing at beautiful Monza. Love this track. It always seems like you get a very... oh, what is the word I'm looking for? An unfair disadvantage when you start in the back there. The one thing that's interesting about this game is that a lot of other games, they went through the trouble of actually rendering in the oval portion of the track. But in this particular game, they just totally ignored that the oval track existed, which is fine. But it's just one of those interesting things that I like to notice in games. It's like obviously with like Monza, or not Monza, Monza and F1, you can see the oval track, and then you can also see the oval track in like Project Cars 2. And I don't remember if you can see it on Project Cars 3 or not, but still, just it's one of those fun things that I like to look at when I'm racing at this track. So we got the nice trees, also got the shadows from the trees, which makes racing through the corners a little bit interesting. So obviously this is a fast track, so I kind of expect to see the pro guys ending up coming right past us here. So we'll see how that works. So for this career mode series, I'm going to probably work on doing like 2 races. Ooh. Don't want to hit those walls. Those walls will kill you. You probably about 2 races a video, I'd say, depending on how they go. But that would be my expectation of what we're going to try and do. Because obviously I'm going to try and do all the way through to the top of the ranks, hopefully champion of the Pro Series. That's going to be my ultimate goal with this series, and hopefully you guys will come along and watch that. But yeah, I'm just excited to have this game back and in working order, because it's been too long. And obviously you can actually hit the pits. What do the pits do? Absolutely nothing in the race. They do absolutely nothing whatsoever in the race. New lap record there by us. Obviously not the fastest lap, but a new lap record. But yeah, it does nothing for you whatsoever. Got the quaff there, just sending it. Get out of my way, dude. Out of my way. There you go.
Excellent.
So I actually had the crew chief there yakking at me. That's kind of neat. But yeah, for like practice and stuff, I believe that they work on the car, like you get the race engineer working. And he will actually put some work in. So obviously shortcut right through here to get through the track. You want to hit that a little bit more speed if you really want to shortcut the track there. But if you want to race it a little bit on the cleaner side, obviously don't do that. But that is an option that you can do in this game, which, when you have a really bad reacting computer and keyboard, it works out much better than actually trying to get the car to turn, because you usually end up turning about 5 seconds too late, is some of my memories from the ancient annals of racing this game. Not a fun experience for sure. Currently BMW kind of destroying us, mostly on the speed shots. Right through there, nice little shortcut. Made it a little bit faster through that section, so that's nice to see. McDowell behind us there in the Noble still. He's the closest guy to us at the moment. Pro guys, they are making their way around this course real quick, so I do expect to kind of get lapped by them. But currently we're doing really, really good here in this series. So let me see. We're going to try and line this up. So looking back there, yeah, they can kind of see where they did a little bit of work, but basically they just covered up the oval track with all the trees and stuff, so not really there. Ooh, another 2 seconds off. That's another fast record, personal record for this track here. So here we go. So you can do the nice little cut through right there, and that will save you a whole lot of time, especially when you do it just right and the car is not turning because of that 5-second delay in turning that I mentioned earlier. So, and also what's cool about this track is you got the sun rays coming through the trees. Just a really cool bit of graphical design. They really do like that. So, okay, never mind. I hit the wall. I was going to try and take it cleanly. I was like, nope, okay, we're too late on that one. We'll skip going through cleanly. That's the thing with this game. I love it with F1. It's so much fun to be able to do that. And then it's also a lot of fun with Project Cars 2 and 3. But in this game, when the cars do not turn like these cars do, it's still a pain to try and get through those. So sometimes it's easier just to go straight on through full send. And usually you get a better result if you do that as well. Alright, in the brakes, coming into the turn. Worst part is last lap passes, and you are trying to take that turn a little bit faster, and you hit the dirt, and that just totally ruins the speed, and you end up losing the position that you had. So it's just one of the cool memories that you have, is just trying to send it too hard and paying for it by not winning the race because you sent it too hard and couldn't handle it. So one thing you can do too, obviously just thinking back to not having the best of races and just trying to get the race over with, if you hit pit lane multiple times, that will help the pro guys catch up to you, so you could wean those laps down a little bit, and so you could go onto a track that you're decent at. But luckily, with a computer or laptop, it might actually work with this game. The physics are actually pretty decent and make it for a fun experience still. We do have the pro guys coming up to us. Now this is another thing that's interesting. So depending on how mad the pro guys are, you could actually get a pretty big benefit by them lapping your whole class, because when they came through, they could potentially wreck out the leaders, like actually not care that the leaders of your class were there, and so wreck them out in front of you, and you could actually catch up to the leaders and overtake at the end of the lap, because the pro guys coming through ended up helping you out that much. So we'll stay off to one side here, obviously, and let the pro guys on through. And there we go, just the classic, the race is now one lap shorter speech by our crew chief. Hit the turn, go into the dirt, not what we wanted to do, getting hit from behind. If you do it just right, you can actually get a draft, a bump draft off of these guys. But you have to time it just right, and you can actually use them to speed you up some here. Yeah, nope, missed him. These guys are good, they're good at avoiding you. And then obviously playing manipulation in the point standings as well when you're getting lapped, by keeping certain cars back as well. Always a fun pastime as well. So we're going to end up missing the fastest lap and only finish third. That's going to give the BMWs a lot of points, unfortunately. But still, love this track. A lot of fun. Just need more speed for it is ultimately what ends up being the problem. There we go. We still got a new lap record, even though we didn't have the fastest lap. It's kind of funny. Alright, so taking a look at the point standings, we still lead by 1 point over everybody else currently. You get Blackwood there who got the win here. We also got Chug who came in second. He's just about 3 points below us there. Taking a look at GTS, we got DeFries, we got Shred and Clock and Bird and Bonanza and Arnis. And that's how those point standings are currently sitting. And then we got Hussein and Bentley. He's currently leading the way. Currently, I think he's got 2 wins already. We got Pascal. I don't know how you pronounce that guy's name. And the Audi, he's got sitting on 11th. Wow, he had a bad race at Silverstone apparently if he's only 11th. So Bentley's basically got this championship tightened up. Panaz is having a decent season there in third. Then Ty Gibbs in the Dome not having his best race for sure. So bummer for him, I guess. But yeah, that's where we sit currently in the standings is first. So very nice to be able to have that going on. Just let the replay play here for a bit as we exit out. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today as we work our way through career mode in Total Immersion Racing as we race to be the champion of the GTS, of the GT class, then the GTS class, and then ultimately be the champion of the overall series. But that's going to take us a little while to get to that point. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you guys here next time back in TIR, Total Immersion Racing. And if you guys can find a copy of this game that will work on your computer, hey, check it out. It's a fun game for sure. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys here next time. Bye-bye! Alright guys, welcome back to Total Immersion Racing TIR, the career mode, here on the Combustion Gamer 2 channel. And we are going to be racing in part 2 of our career mode here as we go racing at Springfield. And I forget what the next track is. I'm going to guess it's probably going to be Austria, followed by Germany's Hockenheimring, but I don't remember at the exact moment. But anyways, let's hop into the race. So here we go, we got the track info, so it's 2.73 miles. We got the lap records there, and also has a very nice hairpin corner coming up. So let's hit the track here. So I did go through and I did switch a setting in graphics. I don't know if that's going to improve anything or not, because it was running on a 16-bit on the resolution. Now it's a 32-bit, so I'm not sure if that's really going to make much of a difference. It looked a little bit crisper, steadier with the 32-bit running, but as I said, I didn't notice exactly a whole lot of difference on my end, so we'll see if it changes anything on the video end. So I played around with those settings just a little bit, see if we could get it any better, but I think either way we're probably going to be stuck with what we got here, which honestly it's fine. The game works, so that is what I like. So let's go racing here in America at Springfield Raceway. Let's go. Oh, beautiful for spacious tracks, where we race at speeds that break necks. So on and so forth. Actually sounds like a song that should be made. Racetracks, the beautiful American version. Not a bad idea. Alrighty, so this is one of my favorite old-time tracks. Obviously, Sebring's a lot of fun, very, very fast track, very technical, but we haven't quite unlocked that track yet. Getting into, I don't know who this is, probably Blackwood, as per usual, but very fast-paced track here. A lot of nice technical corners and lots of braking zones, as long as the car doesn't spin out. I also feel a sneeze coming on, so if you hear a loud achoo, pardon me. Oh dear. One thing that I might have to go through is there is another setting to change the shadows, because as you can see the shadows popping in and out is kind of irritating, so that might be one thing that I end up reducing or removing just to be able to make it run a little bit better. I don't think it doesn't really seem like it's stuttering or anything. To me, it's annoying to see them pop in and out. So that's just a personal preference over a need to have that redone. So let me know what you guys think, and obviously I'll keep on playing around with this game as long as I have it working, which, as I said, working really, really good. So what, as we're racing here, what I had to do to get this game to work on, what is this, my HP Slimline. It's an old computer. I've had it for quite a while now, and it's honestly, it has produced somewhere in the range of over 1,200 videos before I moved to the new gaming computer for my video creation, and also for gaming stuff for now and the future. But it's a tough little computer. It only came with one fan to keep the cooler, keep the cord at a cool temperature. Woo! And there we go. That's what I like about this jack. You can do some two-wheeling. A lot of fun. But anyways, where was I? So anyways, old computer that we're running this on. I can't get this to run on the new computer. But what you have to do is go to troubleshooting diagnostics on an older computer or laptop. One that preferably doesn't have Windows 11 on it. Preferably Windows 10 or older. And what you need to be able to do is switch the settings so that it runs on Windows XP. I think this runs on you can switch it around to run on like Windows 7 type settings, but it takes a little bit of work to get that to work. But currently have it running on the old Windows XP settings, and that seems to be making it work really, really good so far. But yeah, that's what you have to do. And then also, if you have a virus protector, you have to, for me anyways, my particular defender piece, what do you want to call it? I don't know what you call it. The virus thing that keeps viruses from running on your computer and stuff, that thing. I had to basically turn it off whenever I'm on this game. Luckily I'm not on the internet, so I shouldn't be getting too much of anything on the computer, but you just turn that off for like an hour, or as long as you're playing it, and it works just fine. And since I'm not on the internet when playing this, it seems like it works fine. Shouldn't be much of a security risk. But yeah, game runs very, very good. And also there's not much of this computer to be destroyed anyways other than this game, so luckily not too much of importance on here if anything does end up messing up, but still. So we're racing here. This is one of my favorite cars. I mean, it's just a right in front of me here, one of the most beautiful cars in the game, in my opinion. Just that old style of like GT Daytona, what is it? Yeah, prototype Daytona. Just that kind of classic look of a car. We really do like it. And obviously we've got the shortcut where we can go flying in the air if you hit it at just the right speed. Currently we're having a really good race and leading our class, which is what we need to do for the point standings. Get off the grass. And currently we're chasing down, I think it's called the Sentra or the Centura, something like that. That's the car that we're currently racing against up here, and he's in the GTS class, so just more for position than anything else is what we're racing him for. But yeah, the game seems to be working fine. Haven't had any bugs that I've had to look at. Obviously you got like graphics popping in, but honestly that's just what this game was back in the day, so honestly that's just kind of normal. Alright, we got the fastest lap currently. That is the hardest corner on the track right there if you don't hit the braking zone correctly. But yeah, I love this track. I love the back and forth in the corners. It's a very fun track. And then you got obviously the Springfield Short, which is also fun to race as well. So we got to watch this corner right up here. Woo! Because you hit that just right, and as you saw earlier on, we go two-wheeling around that corner. So pretty crazy stuff for sure. But yeah, we got the Power Horse energy drink. Obviously, that's supposed to be Red Bull, but it's the Power Horse Energy Drink. Get Power Horse Energy Drink today. And then we got Moog in here, Moog Racing Pods. We also got Champion in here, Earls. So a lot of big names apparently actually did sign on to let their sponsors and stuff in game. I mean, obviously you got Bosch on the Audi here. You got PlayStation. You got actual Red Bull on here on this particular game. I mean, maybe there was a Power Horse energy drink, but I don't think that there actually was. But if there was, let me know in the comments below. I've never actually looked that up, and I probably should have before saying that, but hey, I always thought it was a fictional play on of Red Bull myself for whatever reason. So if it's an actual energy drink, or was an actual energy drink, let me know in the comments below, and I will take a look at that. But yeah, a lot of different licensing had to go into this game, and it's pretty neat. So now, one thing that we could do to make this race shorter is we could have stopped right there at the line, waited to be lapped. But you know what? I actually wanted to race the entire laps on this track because this track is fun. I've always loved this track. It's just the back and forth, the different curves. It's not flat. It is a fun track to drive in this game. And I honestly have no idea what happened to this track. And also, honestly, I don't know if this was a fictional track or if it was real. I know Sebring's real, obviously, but I'm not sure on this one. I've never actually looked up this track to see if it actually exists. So I probably should do that. I'm very interested because this is a fun track to drive. And if it's a real track, that would be pretty cool, all things considered. But yeah, once you get up to the faster cars in Pro, it is a lot of fun. So currently we are just decimating the GT field. Things do get a little bit harder as you get into the faster cars that may or may not handle as good. And we're just having fun out here on track, just doing what this car isn't actually supposed to be doing, and that is two-wheeling around the track. So it makes it very, very fun, but should help us in our championship hunt here, as I think the next two tracks are not quite as good for us as this one and Silverstone have been. Obviously we're doing pretty good, but if I remember correctly, which two are next up on the schedule, we're not quite as good at those as we are here. So definitely liking to take the win here, and we're going to get an extra point with the fastest lap. We are the winners. Yes, there we are. Yeah, I'm not sure. It might look a little bit crisper. I really can't tell from just me looking at the game. But it seems like it might be a little bit on the crispier side, graphics-wise. But I'm not sure. So obviously we win. We got Chug there in second, Bond in third, Blackwood having a terrible race as he falls back to fourth, McDowell staying in fifth as usual, and Matt Lube in sixth in the ABT car there. And there we go in the point stands. We continue to lead with a pretty sizable lead over Chug. Blackwood kind of falling back there by 1 point, so it's pretty close between us. Bond in the Quaff, and McDowell and Matt Love probably unlikely to be able to get to us by the end of the season. We got Hussein still currently leading in the Bentley. We got you know what? Pancake. Audi Pro, Pancake guy there. He is not doing good, but it is all over the place in the Pro Series. So I think the Bentley has got this thing pretty much wrapped up, but pretty good parity there in the Pro Series. And then, of course, in GTS, Defreeze, whatever. The guy in the McLaren, he's doing pretty good. We got Shred in the other McLaren, he's in second. We got Clink or Clonk in the Lister GTS, who's in third. And then the rest of the guys probably not going to be able to make it very far in the championship standings. So, pretty cool. If you want to keep me happy, just keep doing that. You got it, boss. We will try to definitely do that, and we could win the championship. That's very true. That's what we're hoping. Yes, so Talamaring, or the Austrian Talladega, is where we're heading to next. This is not a fun track when you are racing it on a computer that has delay in the inputs. Not a fun track to race. But if you have a computer that's actually running the game as good as this one is, it's actually a very fun track to run. So that's where we're going to be going to. So I did some checking, and I honestly cannot find anything on a Springfield Raceway in America other than a Springfield Raceway that is a 1/4 mile dirt track. That's the only thing that I could find. So I'm not sure what happened to that track, or if there's anything, if it was fictional or not. Honestly, I don't know on that. And also, like this one here, I'm not sure if this is real or fictional, as I've never been able to find anything on this track either. So I'm guessing that some of these might be fictional tracks, but as I said, I don't know for sure. So if you guys know, let me know in the comments. I can't find anything on these two tracks that we're racing at today. So if you can find anything, let me know in the comments. I am actually pretty interested in that. So just leave that down in the comments for me to see. Don't leave any links. Don't do the link stuff. Just leave me comments down in the section giving me some info if you have any. But as far as I know, these two racetracks may just be fictional. So that's what we got going on. Heading into the race here. Obviously, we're doing pretty good for not qualifying or any practice. So let's see what we can do here as they send us right into the wall at the start. I forgot about that typical nonsense that they did. So let's see what we can do and accomplish here at the Austrian Talladega. Obviously, it has no look alike of Talladega whatsoever, but hey, for my pronunciation skills, that's not even a word. For my pronouncing skills, that sounds a bit better. We're going to go with the Austrian Talladega. I think that'll work out just a bit better. So anyways, we're kind of falling back here just a bit as I messed up the first turn. These have a lot of flat turns, which is not my favorite in any game.
Break. You're leaving your rival behind.
That's my... okay, whatever. Apparently the crew chief thinks that I have a beef with my teammate, so we'll just go with that. And then this, the worst turn known to man, right there. That is... I hate that turn. That is one of my least favorite turns on any circuit. Well, that one too. That whole combo isn't my favorite. This one right here, once we get into this whole section like this, if you have a loose race car though, oh boy, your car will come out from underneath you, and it is not a fun experience whatsoever. Ooh, yep, right there. Hit that little curve. Not good. Don't want to do that. And hit the wall, even worse. So yeah, on this particular track with handling and the speed that we have in this car, these next two tracks, if I'm remembering them correctly from the previous careers that I've run in the past, are not favorable to us in this particular car. So we've got to grab what we can get here, as the rest of the class is going to be running away from us pretty good here at this particular track. So we got to get up there and see what we do. We got Chug getting the first fastest lap currently. We just set a new lap record in our car. Apparently that doesn't count. That's hilarious. Forgot about that feature in this game. We got track records, but then they get the leaders get the fastest lap, but you set the record of the track. It's funny how that works. Alright, so we've left our Audi teammate behind here. We're chasing down Noble Racing McDowell from Love's Truck Stops. Obviously he's gone racing international, so good for him and Noble Racing, being able to continue that partnership throughout the globe apparently. Love the sound of that car too. It has a very unique sound to it that no other car has, and that's what's neat, is all the cars have their own unique sounds and have their each individual quirks of how they handle. I mean, that is just, for when this game came out, which is like 2000 to 2002 is what the copyright range was if you look at the loading screen. The features in this game were definitely some of the sharpest up-to-date features in a racing game ever at the time. Obviously not necessarily sim-worthy, but still for any game at the time it was pretty on the edge of up-to-dateness. Definitely really cool, and I'm not sure if I don't know enough about it to say it's groundbreaking, but it's definitely cool features. I would assume it was groundbreaking for the time, but as I said, I don't remember all the info on that to make that particular statement. But for me, when I first got this game, and I was playing around with siblings and stuff, it was definitely a groundbreaking game for me then, so definitely fun. So you got, it says 3 laps remaining. One thing about this track, it is almost impossible to get yourself lapped by the pros, even in a 5-lap sprint, because it is that tough of a track. It's pretty slow for a lot of these guys, and so it takes a while for them to get to you. Ooh, you kind of watch the mini-map there, and you can watch them have troubles as one of the pro guys got hit into the wall or something as he just stopped and then had to get back going there, so that's pretty interesting. Another thing is the environments of these tracks too. Obviously you got the crowds of people, just kind of stick faster people here and there. It's pretty cool, pretty good graphics for the time. You got the nice big rocks and the tree graphics. I mean, just really cool. I don't think I've ever had an issue where like you're falling through the map or anything like that, or where you got stuck outside of the racetrack. I don't think I've had any issues with that before in this game. I don't totally remember though off the top of my head, but I think there's been a few times where it's like you got stuck. That's usually because we were doing stupid stuff with this game that we probably shouldn't have been doing, but nothing that really broke the game. So kind of nice that this game, when it came out, and then this current version that just right off the disc, no updates, no Wi-Fi needed to update the game. It was the game. The game was ready to go, compared to the nonsense that we have to deal with nowadays, with people being lazy and just saying, oh, we'll just patch that after release. It's like, how about you actually work on the game, give us a game that works, and don't rely on network updates and stuff. It's like, make the game good. Because if you make the game good from the start, guess what? Well, you're more likely to buy DLC stuff later on, especially if the DLC is as good as content as the original game, and you will make more money and build a good franchise. But watching a lot of stuff on newer games, whether it's EA or obviously the NASCAR debacle that has been, yeah, not good. So obviously that's what I'm kind of looking for from iRacing with the new NASCAR game, is a good game. Definitely want a good game to come right out of the gates. So definitely looking forward to seeing what they have going into that. The paint booth stuff, this or that, sounds kind of interesting. So obviously with like consoles and stuff, not sure how you can do like I guess the paint scheme share or something like that, paint share. I'm not sure what that wording is. It's in iRacing, but not sure if that would work. But it does sound like they're going to be at least working on the paint booth, which is pretty cool. So you got to watch out for getting lapped through this section, because getting wrecked out by the faster cars will destroy your race, and you will not like it. Not like it at all. And we can obviously hope for that these guys will knock one of our competitors out so we can get a top 3, which I don't think is going to happen. So yeah, just this race, not one of the better tracks for this particular car, and not one of my better tracks in game, although with the right car it's a fun track, but not one of my favorites, all things considered. So we're going to come home 4th here. Not going to be our best effort, but still a fun one nonetheless. There goes Joe Gibbs.
Never mind, you'll live to
Another
race again.
lap record made. That's funny. Alrighty, get up. So this is one thing that happens when you sign out of the game and then come back in. You have to redo all of this to get your track record stuff set. So once you're in game, though, it'll be fine and work fine. So there we go. Take a look at what we got going on. We continue to lead the standings by 1 point over Blackwood, my nemesis. So the next race will be us dueling it back and forth for the duel of the fates to try and become champion of the GT series. Basically, DeFries there in McLaren, he's got that all taken up in GTS, and then Husan in the Bentley. He's basically done. He is champion already. So just crown him king and we are good to go. But Baker here in the Panaz, he's done a good job coming up through the ranks, and he could potentially get that second spot there from Valima. Vanema in the Audi Pro there. And Pancake there in the other Audi Pro. He ended up falling back there as well. So, some pretty good battles going on there for the championship. Alright, so our crew chief there is a little disappointed with us, but we got ourselves locked in for a top 3 result for the championship, I guess, because we definitely did not have a top 3 result there for the race. I'm not sure what he's talking about. But yep, here it is. My worst track in this game, other than the Japanese track, and that is Hakarim. Not my favorite track at all. Which I just noticed that this is the track on its side inside of a triangle. Interesting. I always thought it was like one of those old style dirt modifieds. I always kind of thought it was that, because you can kind of see the front nose and then the wheel well in the fender. That's what I always thought that the logo for Hakamarine was. That's interesting. But anyways, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Obviously, we're going to be heading to the championship race next time, and hopefully getting ourselves a new ride for Season 2, which, if we move up the rankings, we should potentially get ourselves a few extra races for the season, which will make things a bit more interesting. But anyways, that's going to be it for today, guys, on the Combustion Gamer 2 channel. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys here next time in TIR. Bye-bye. Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the Combustion Gamer 2 channel, and we are about to go racing in TIR in career mode part 3, as we are in the GT class trying to go for the championship at the next track, which is Hakamarine. Not one of my better tracks. So we're going to see what we can do. Let's look at the championship tables. It is between me and my arch nemesis, Blackwood. Despise this guy. He has always been the nemesis to me in this game from all of this game's existence, and it is awful. So we got to beat him and also be able to hold off at least Chug there and the other BMW to be able to grab ourselves the championship. So let's go into the next race and see what we can do. Alrighty, right into the race. No practice, no qualifying. Bring it on. Let's go racing on the Combustion Gamer 2 channel, and let's see what we can do. A little bit slow on the start, but let's get that motor riven to the highest point possible, as we are here at Hakamarine, the Mobile 1 Grand Prix, I guess is what we're going to call this. I don't know. Mobile 1 always kind of confused me why it was a sponsor here, but it is, so kind of cool. Alrighty, so obviously checking and see what we got. Our teammates not the happiest with us, but nobody's really like upset with us. Everybody's pretty much gotten used to us at this point, it seems like. So we'll see what we can do at this track. One thing that we do have an advantage at this track is the braking zones and a computer that actually works compared to having a 5-second delay like we had in our older computer when we played this game, which was not a fun experience. So let's see what we can do here. We got McDowell here in the Noble, obviously bringing over Love's RV stop over to the international circuits, and not had the best of seasons, that's for sure, but definitely has some room. But still, that iconic yellow paint scheme, nothing to sniff your nose at, that's for sure, as we're getting wrecked into by McDowell. And also, I forgot about the other thing, the brake rotors. This is not helping us out in our championship hunt whatsoever, but we're going to give it a try anyways. Brake rotors actually will get red under braking. Another neat feature I forgot about in passing to mention to you guys. So that's a pretty cool little feature that you could probably kind of see there as we're racing next to McDowell, but it's kind of hard to see unless you're looking for it, but it is there, which is really, really cool. It's definitely a lot more noticeable in replay mode when you're racing at night, which is a really cool looking feature in this game. So very, very cool. And also, don't forget, we do have the Avon Lady. The Avon Lady is in this game, willing to sell you tires. Perfumes, get out of here, but we have tires from Avon. So get your Avon Lady with her tires, and she will make sure to sell you the best set for your car or vehicle. I always forget about that. Whenever playing this game, I always kind of laugh at that, because it's like, I thought the Avon ladies only sold like perfume and stuff, but it's like, nope, they sell tires. They sell tires. Avon sells tires in this game. Just kind of funny. Alrighty, so as I said, not one of my better tracks. We are pathetically in the rear here. We have got to make things move. Obviously, braking zones are going to be our best section to try and make up on the long straights here. And I've just got to get this car under control to get this thing moving. One thing I probably should have done was go through and take off the redone the wings to get us better straight line speed, because obviously with the downfalls that's going to slow us down a bit. So I probably should have done a little manipulation on the settings with that, but hey, it's one of those things, you know. We haven't been at this track before, didn't know what to do. Ooh, and our teammate locked it up into the corner here. Got a lot of smoke from McDowell as he's slowly falling back into my evil clutches, as I need the points. I also need a good lap time to be able to get an extra point here as well, because that would be rather helpful, all things considered. But this is my worst track, so I'm not holding my breath too much on this one. Woo! Worst turn right there. Hate that one. Actually, I hate all the bus stop turn type things in this game. Corkscrews, whatever you want to call them. That's what we always called them. We always call them the corkscrew, because they like the giant squiggle in the tracks. That's what we always called them. But when racing this game, me and my siblings. But anyways, let's get up to the front. Obviously, we can really send it really hard, but we don't need to do that. If we have to race in this series, in the GTs, another time, I don't want McDowell to be mad at me. I want to work with him as much as possible. So obviously, we don't have a whole lot of straight line speed. If we did, I'd say we could actually work on bump drafting with our teammate and stuff into the turns, because that's actually something that works out pretty good. Going to try and get underneath McDowell here. And going to send him wide. Alright, thank you, crew chief. We did that pretty good. Now, we haven't hit any wet tracks. Let me tell you, the wet tracks in this game, not a fun feature at all. Ooh, your car's slipping and it is sliding. It ain't fun. No, shooty bob. No, not a fun experience to race on a wet track. Especially if it's this one. I don't remember if this one actually gets wet or not. I think it gets foggy. New lap record there. That's a much better time. We need to do better than that, though. Hit the brakes, get into the turn. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Gotta move. Got 3 laps remaining, and we're farther back, so we're potentially going to get a lap before the other guys, which will let them get away, and we have got to move up the position. We gotta get some speed, which, honestly, with this far back, we're probably not going to get there. Not unless something miraculous happens, like the car gets stuck in one of these crevices, which, by the way, is something you can do. You can get a car stuck in one of these crevices for a very long time if you totally send them down on this corner right here, because you have this giant opening, which I'll show to you here in just a second as we get closer. But I got my teammate right here, which I may use to demonstrate this, or I may not. Alright, let's go for the draft. Going drafting. But you can totally send him out to the far side, and you can get them stuck on that wall if you try hard enough, but I didn't have enough speed. I was too nice to that guy. But anyways, you can really get that guy stuck, and you will lap him several times before he gets loose. But the one thing you have to remember is that once that guy gets loose, he is going to unleash his fury upon the track, and he will break the speed limits, and he will be faster than any car on track, and he will come after you. Because he will get the fastest lap, and he will keep building on fastest laps until he reaches the group that you're in to destroy you. That is an actual feature in this game. I'm not really sure if it's just him wanting to catch up to the group so he can hopefully get a better placing position, or if it's actually because he wants to kill you. I'm not sure which one it is. But one of those motivations is definitely at play when you get that guy stuck behind a wall, and he will unleash the fury of his race car upon the track to try and make up ground. And he does it very well. Doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter which class it is, he will unleash the fury, and he will get the fastest lap of the race without having to try very hard. So kind of cool how that works. Alright, we're going to get taken down a lap already, so this is going to be what we're hoping for technically. If these fast cars can go down there and lap our teammates, hopefully catch them in a interesting zone, see if we can't get a bump draft here from these guys. That's what I want. Give me a bump draft. Hey, bump draft. Yeah. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. But this particular time, they're not going to help me out. Come on, let's hope we get some speed boost. There we go. That's some speed boost. I think that was Ty Gibbs there in the dome. Ooh, yeah, give me, come on, push me, come on, help me out, come on, you know you want to, come on, help me out. Okay, these guys are being a pain today, apparently, and don't want to help me out. Come on, send me. Woo! That's the other thing, if you're getting hit from cars and stuff, it will kind of mess up your entry into the turn there. So we're currently on the final lap, and these guys are not going to end up catching our teammates, which means we're going to be stuck back here, unfortunately. So unfortunately, no chance really to move up the leaderboard any, so that's kind of a bummer. So we're not going to win the championship, I don't think, unless the quaff up there really messed up Blackwood and Chug, respectively. But I wasn't really paying attention to who was leading up there, so we'll have to see what happens. Woo! Into the turn we go. Want to make sure that we stay in front of those guys. Don't want to let them by. We want to get as many points as we can to even potentially eke out a win, which I don't think is possible at this point, but there's maybe a mathematical equation somewhere in the universe where we win. I don't know what mathematical system we would have to use to get that to work, but I don't think it's going to work for us.
Better luck in your next race.
Thanks, mate. Alright, let's see. We got a fastest lap record. There's the times. And, yeah, so Blackwood's going to win the championship there. The bane of my existence. We still come home second, which is really, really good for us in the Audi. So definitely enjoy that. But, yeah, defeated by Blackwood once again. Alrighty, so luckily we did meet the expectations of our crew chief and owner of the team, so glad we could help him out. Got second in the championship, definitely like that. The end of the season, we could always go back, review the career tables and career records as well, so we can see what everybody's season was, everybody's different finishes and stuff. We can check all of that out, which is pretty neat. But yeah, that's how all that works. So let's continue on to the next season. What do we got? Ooh, Panaz. Graham Johnson from Panaz. He wants to give us a chance to test out the car, so we can just test it out and show him what we have. We have this guy. He needs us to stay to keep the car going. Noble Racing wants us. We got Jimmy Goodwin at Quaff. He wants us. And then we got this guy, Mark Williams. Don't want to work with him at all. So let's go and see if we can test out for the motorsports of Panaz. The only thing is, well, yeah, let's go test out. If we're able to do it, we should be able, if I remember, to still look at our options and potentially accept him or not. So obviously we're looking to hit our target time of 1:57 here. Love the sound of this car, just absolutely one of my favorites, the Panaz Esprit GTS. One of the most iconic cars in the game, and honestly, one of the most iconic cars, in my opinion, in the world. Love the sound, love the look, love the aerodynamics. I like this cars quite a lot. Alrighty, so you can see right there, rear end really does step out, so you usually like to kind of stiffen that up just a little bit with a little bit more grip in the back. But so far, car feels pretty good here so far here as we test out at the pre-season testing at Silverstone. This is what we got going on here, so obviously getting a chance to test out the American-made race car in the series, getting this thing tested out. And so far, I have to admit, it feels pretty good, and obviously this will potentially help us out in getting rides in the future by showing what we have here at Silverstone. So definitely want to try and make the best impression possible with the car. We don't have the ability to do this car setup. We have to make it stick with what we got here. So it makes things a little bit tricky. First lap you don't usually get it done just because you want to double check and see how the car handles, get used to the track with it. And that usually takes just a little bit of time to get used to with this car, as it is definitely a bit of a handful compared to that Audi that we were driving. A lot more downforce and a lot more speed, but still a bit totally different handling compared to what we were just driving at Hawk Marine to end our season. Season 1 over. Obviously, one thing that I would like to do is stay in GT and be able to get that championship, so that's probably what we're going to do. But right there, we're able to get that lap record done and able to beat the time that we needed. So we can exit session right here. And we can view our replay. But yeah, like that song, it is a... but yeah, like that car. That is one of the best cars and best sounds in the game, in my opinion. Beautiful looking car there. But yeah, we set the lap. We got it done there at Silverstone. Obviously, we'll go and talk to him, see what he thought of it. But yeah, had some good testing, obviously, out at Silverstone with Team Panaz. And that is a fun car to drive. So obviously this guy, he wants us back. He would like us to race for him. But that is something that we've got to do. And that is we need to be able to get that championship. So who do we race for? Do we race for Noble or do we race for Quaff? Because we're not racing for BMW. Those guys are crooks over there. So let's go racing with Team Quaff here. He wants us driving for his car this season, and he knows that we know that it makes sense. So let's get that signed, and there we are. We have got the best car in the best condition, and here is to hoping you'll get us to the best results. Thank you, sir. Let's get ready to go with Jimmy Goodwin. And I believe we'll have a great season. We've got the best drivers in the best cars. Well, you only have one driver and you only have one car, so I digress from that one. But we've got a new season that we are going to be starting off with here in the next episode. We'll be racing at Silverstone. Let's check and see if we have any new drivers in new places. We got Shred in the BMW GT. We have Bond in the BMW GT. We have us in the Quaff. McDowell continues on in the Noble. Blackwood moves down to the Audi team. We've got Valima. We got Pancake. Both of those guys appear to stay in the same cars. We've got Hassan, we got Gibbs, all those guys seem to have stayed in the same cars, and then all of those guys there as well, except for Chug. Yeah, Chug moved, so Chug moved up to the VMAC, and so he actually got a promotion. Great job by him there, as we get the Shred. Yeah, the Shred guy. I forget what he was driving last year. I think it was one of the McLarens, potentially. I think so. Anyways, that is the BMW and how everybody moved around and stuff update for next season. So anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. We will see you guys here next time for the beginning of Season 2 of TIR on the Combustion Gamer 2 channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. See ya next time. Bye-bye. Alright everyone, welcome back to the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel and TIR. We are back racing in Season 2 of TIR as we are going for the championship in the GT series. We got our Quaff, or Quiff, however you want to pronounce that. I've always pronounced it as Quaff, but feel free to give me your pronunciations or whatever, down in the comments below. But anyways, Quaff is who we're racing for, so let's head out to the first race in Season 2 at Silverstone. Alright, as is my custom, we are heading straight into this. No practice, no qualifying. It's also been a while since I've raced in this, so we'll see if I still have a good knack on it. We got 5 laps in the race. That would normally happen if we started this on amateur mode. is you'd have 3 laps for the GT series, and then as you upgraded to your different classes and stuff, you would slowly, excuse me, racing my former team kind of hard there as I'm going to try to get around them. But as you'd go up, you go to like the GTS series or class. That'd get you 4 laps, and then if you raced Pro, of course, which is LMPs, you'd be able to get 5 laps. So that's how that would work. Also, have to remember all my controls. I haven't done this in a while. Let me see here. How do I look back? I don't remember at the moment. I'm sure there's a way, but I don't remember at the moment how to do all these things, as it's been about a few weeks since I've done this. Let's see here. Enter, that's that. Ah, there we go. Enter. Very good. Figured that one out. Alright, so if you want to look behind us, it's enter. So you all remember that. Enter means you look backwards, I guess. Which isn't a bad idea. When you enter a room, always scope it out a little bit. Never a bad idea. Never a bad idea. Well, anyways, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this series. I enjoy getting back into the old race physics. It's been fun. And definitely really fun being able to be back in this game and trying it out. So obviously we are racing to try get a GT championship, but also to be able to hopefully get ourselves a better job opportunity in GTS, or at least into the GTS series with the championship, which currently with that driving I ain't gonna get very far. So this car is fast, but it does have a very, very loose rear end. And so remembering how to drive it properly is taking a little bit while. I haven't driven this car in a long time. Taking a look at the front end, beautiful looking car. Kind of looks like a Saline almost. A Saline mod, if I'm honest. But it's a really good looking car. And we really do need to get up to those guys up in the front. So we have fun behind here pretty good. Yep, you see that rear end step out, so we're going to need to tighten that up, get some more grip back there somehow, so that's going to take a little bit of work. I can't remember what the sway bar options are in the back, but definitely needs to stiffen it up just a little bit, but also need more grip as well, so we got to stiffen it so it's not slipping and sliding like it is now, but then also be able to make sure that we are maintaining grip so it's not too tight. It handles pretty good, it just when you really get into the braking zone, it doesn't work quite as well. Driving through the grass, not what we wanted to do on this track. It does save you a little bit of time sometimes, but it doesn't usually help you out that much. Who do we got in front of us? Looks like we got Shred. Let's call him Shred. Alright, Michael McDowell's behind us or in front of us. I can't remember if he got a. I'll have to look at the roster and the point standings so I can remember where everyone is and see where McDowell is racing. He might have gotten a promotion up to BMW, but I can't remember off the top of my head here as we go back off into the dirt there. So, yeah, we kind of need to tighten up that rear end just a little bit, and we need a little bit more response from the front. We are slowly, ever so slowly, catching up to the BMWs. And there we go, fastest lap. So I mean, yeah, I mean, apparently we are catching them. I would not have said that that was the fastest lap, but apparently it is. I think McDowell's in front of us. I'm not sure. He might be behind us still in the Noble, but I don't remember as we go slipping through the grass. That is one thing. I mean, if you, as long as you hit the grass, you can get a pretty good advantage with this thing when it's sliding out of control if you go through the grass. It works out pretty good. But yeah, now we're slowly catching up. Yeah, I think this is Shred here. That's what I'm calling him anyways, Mr. Shred. We could call him Sheared. I guess we could call him Shepherd. I don't know. Let's see, who's this guy then? Who's in front of us here? Mr. BMW number 1. Who's leading the group as we hit our brakes so we don't run into him. Who are you? And also, who's the guy that's right in front of us here? That is the Pnars. I've always called it Ponzo, but the Pnars. Let's see, Bond. Ah, yes. The name's Bond. BMW race car driver. Bond. Yeah, no kidding. Let's see. I was about to ask the question, did James Bond ever drive a BMW? And the answer is yes. So I actually got to go to the James Bond car museum and get to see a bunch of them, and there actually was a BMW in one of the movies. I haven't seen any of the movies, honestly. I've seen clips, but I've never actually seen any of the movies. But I do remember there was a BMW, heavily modified BMW in one of the newer ones. There probably was a BMW in some other ones, but I for sure know that there was a BMW in one. Can't remember if there was any other, if there was more than just one movie with a BMW. I know there's one with a Mustang. That's pretty cool. When you let off the throttle and it's doing that, it is really, really loose. Alright, let's get around Agent 42 here. And there we go. NMP2 guys are slowly catching us, it looks like, so we might hopefully... No, they're pretty far back there. We have actually put a really good killing on the rest of the GT field. I mean, we have... I did not think I was racing this good, honestly, which I'm not. I could do much better. But this car's fast, and I forgot just how fast this car was. But you see me and the BMWs here, we're just putting a killing on the field, so that's pretty impressive. A little bit slower this lap it looks like, but we're still getting in front of Bond. We'll just go through the grass here. There we go. No harm, no foul. We didn't gain a position by doing that, because the only positions that we could gain are behind us. And if we were smart, we would slow down and somehow hold up the BMWs behind us here and let the LMP2 guys go by, but we're not going to do that unless they really get to us here in a second. They might. Let's see what's going on back there. BMW right there. Nope, we cannot slow down anymore. That would give us one last lap to race in, but that's fine. So now we got to race these guys to the line. Both BMWs still on the lead lap. Taking a look at the Quaff car here. So Quaff Power Systems on board. It looks like a saline. I think the thing is that I've always what am I thinking? I've always equated. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Equated the sponsor with the manufacturer of the car in this game. That's always where my mind went. But I think that's more just sponsor and who owns the team versus what the actual car is. Because I'm pretty sure this is a saline something or other. I don't know exactly what the car is, but I know for sure. It looks like a saline car. Real pretty too, but it looks good. So we're putting down some really good lap times here at Silverstone. Definitely impressed with that. Lap 4 wasn't that great, but we were also taking it nice and easy. So let's go get ourselves finished up here. We just gotta stay in front of Bond and McDowell. I think that's... No, Shred. Keep forgetting who the guy is. McDowell's in the Noble. So, McDowell... So we have confirmed, by the way. McDowell is still in the Loves RV and Truck Stop Noble race car here. International racing. So a really good job to see him moving up his career there from NASCAR up to the international sports cars. So definitely a good upgrade for him. And here we come to the line. BMWs have been served notice by the Quaff Racing Team that we are here to fight for victory. Alright, and also I forgot about this, so every time you go out of the game, and that's not what I wanted. There we go. every time you go out of the game, it forgets who you are, so you have to put all this stuff back in. Just put Bear B in there again. There we go. Not bad lap time. Pretty good. Alright, up, and so we go. There we go. So, Bond, Shred, McDowell, Matlub, we'll just call him Bathtub, and Blackwood got demoted, which is a beautiful thing. We got Hussein, Baker, Panchel, Gibbs. Yeah, very sad that Ty Gibbs got a really good upgrade there. Valimma and Hagzagwagagwa. I don't know how you pronounce that guy's name. And then the Flies, the Bird, the Clink, the Chug, the Bonaza, and the Anis. Those guys are in the GTS. So, alright, we got updated on who's who, so that's good to know. So, there we go. We got a win! First race in the season, Jimmy Goodwin, very excited for us. Now we head to Le Mans for the wonderful the pasta, the pizza, Italian dressing, and really good racing. So let's go. Alright, and here we are at Le Mans. We're ready to go racing, so we changed tire pressure in the back of the car, lowered that for a little bit more grip. We also softened or stiffened the sway bar, so it's not going to be as sway, hopefully. Still feels a little bit loose back there, so we'll have to find out what we can do. And we're going full send into the turn. Shortcut that. Excuse me. Hey, out of my way. Important person coming through here. So you can see right there the Audis have a little bit of an acceleration on us. But we have a little bit more top speed going. Yeah, a little bit more grip in the rear end, so that's helpful. Because that was definitely a little bit too loose before. Hit the brakes. We're going to try and take this like a mature driver there, not hit that barrier there. Because that will kill your lap time. Also might kill your tires if we had crash physics as well, but we don't, so we don't have to worry about that too much. The car is solid as a rock. And you won't take any damage. Nice. Those guys are falling back there pretty good. We already got the field spreading out here pretty good for the entire field. Going underneath the Beta Tool sign here at Monza. Going into the A-Grip Tires sponsor as well. We need those tires right through here. See, the BMWs, they can pretty loose, so I don't think they brought necessarily the right setup. If I thought about it, we might have reduced some downforce on the car to get a little bit more top speed, but I didn't think about that too much, so it's going to take us a little bit to get to the BMWs, but once we're there, we should be able to outmaneuver them through the turns, because I can't remember if they have a good top speed or not. It seems like they do. Seems like I remember having some pretty hard-fought drag races to the finish line with them. Always interesting. One thing I always tried to do for single races anyways, was try to shove them. Oh, there we go. New fastest, or new lap record by me, even though I don't have the fastest lap. But, whoop, we hit the brakes way too late on that one. Hey, you know what? It actually helped us out. We saved time. Never mind. But I'd always try to shove the lead guy that I was racing into pit lane on this race. It never seemed to work, though, unfortunately, but yeah, it's always worth a try, you know? Luckily, you don't actually have a pit stop. You just drive through pit lane. So I'm not sure what that what was going on with that development-wise. If they were actually going to try like to have pit stops or have like adjustments that you can make throughout a race. So obviously, I don't know what they were thinking development-wise, but it's nice that pit road is actually a function on the racetrack. You can go through. There's actually pit road speed, which is pretty neat. We're not going to do that in this series because trying for a career here, and we're trying to get wins. And we want to make sure that we do win. A little bit into the dirt there. Alright, so covered from that dirt a little bit there. We gotta get up to these BMWs so that we can continue a win. So I need it. Need the points. tried it really hard, you can do that hover line there on the white line. It takes a really good car setup to do it though. First the car does go flying. So we missed out on fastest lap again. Those BMWs are fast. So that's not gonna help us out here. Alright, coming to the braking zone. Hit the wall there a little bit, but luckily we didn't go off into the sand. That's gonna help us out. No harm, no foul. We're racing for the wins. Also, I found that currently I don't have any controllers that will work with this game, so I'm doing all of this racing on a keyboard, which I haven't done in a very long time. Luckily, my fingers are nice and limbered up, so they're not cramping. I remember that. It's like you did this the wrong time, your hands would just continually cramp. If you'd been outside sweating and stuff the day before. It's rather painful. Always make sure you stay hydrated and get some sodium in. Very helpful. Keep your hands and other appendages from cramping up after a long hot day. Alright, we might be taking things a little bit too slowly, as BMWs continue to outpace me quite a bit there. It's more speed. 3 seconds off of a lap time, but I don't think that's going to do us a ton of good. Also, I forget if it shows me if I'm 3 seconds off of the previous lap time or 3 seconds off the fastest time. That I always get mixed up. It's a little bit wide on corner entry, so that doesn't help me time-wise. See if these BMWs are running again, if they're running the fastest lap. Not, so see what lap time we get this time by here. So 2 seconds off my previous time. We're still rather slow though. So we're gonna need to get some speed to catch these BMWs as they are putting on a clinic right now in front of me. You just watch them, they're just driving away. So they got some good downforce, good handling and speed that I don't necessarily have. We're just going to send it here this time. So the nice brake lock up on the guy there. So we went right through. Bond is who we went through. See if we can catch up to this other guys. We want to get that victory. We'll go 2 for 2 if we can. Our first start anyways. LMP guys coming in behind us, so they're going to put us a lap down on these straights. There's no way they're not going to. How much speed they have. So this will be the final lap, so I got to get to this guy here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Because those LMP guys are going to get to us here pretty quick on this straight here. Yeah, look at them coming. This is the last opportunity. Alright, overshot it there. Alright, lapped by the leader. He's trying to try and go around the BMW. We're going to get second here again. Bummer. Oh wow, we got the fastest lap though, so that means we'll get an extra point, so that's nice. Alright, so that's a bummer. Missed out on that again. But at least it was a short race. But there we go. Second. McDowell third or fourth there. That continues to put us in the lead, so that's nice to see. And we just need to keep working on those points and getting that extra lap point there as well. Alrighty, so we got ourselves some hard work that we put in, and we don't need to ease off. Next up, we head to America for the Springfield Raceway. I honestly was looking up stuff on this track again, and I can't find a thing about this track. So, I sense that it's a fictional track, but I'm not sure. But I couldn't find anything about it. I love the alligator, though. That's really cool, but I could not find a thing about this track. So, if you know anything about this track, let me know. But anyways, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. We will be back next time for episode 2 of Season 2 of TIR on the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. See you guys here next time. Bye-bye. Alrighty, guys, welcome back to TIR. We currently lead the standings in Season 2 of the GT class, and we are heading out to Springfield, so let's grab our quaff. Let's go. Alrighty, so here we are. We are skipping practice and qualifying as per usual. We're going to check my settings here, though. Let's see. Everything there looks pretty good. Rear to front brake. That's fine. Look at suspension. Yep, everything is left over from the last time I looked at it, so we are good to go on that. Well, let's hit the race. Alright, guys, so welcome back to TIR as we race here on the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel. Looking at Season 2, trying to get the championship in the GT series before we move up to GTS or also Pro. Always an option. See a lot of tire smoke up there in the front. Gonna go wide after we go low. We had a very nice decisive victory here last time. Looking forward to doing that once again, as this car has quite a bit more speed than those Audis, so I think we should be able to do it quite well. I just do have to remember that this car does have a thing about turtles. That right there. It's called the rear end hop. You hit it just right and the entire car goes flipping. Don't try it at home. It's not a good idea. We got our Power Horse energy drink, got our Moog racing parts. We are slowly catching up to these BMWs here. Very nicely done. See if we can maximize on our points by getting a second win on the season. BMWs are very loose. Actually going to bump into him there just a little bit. Sorry about that, dude, but we're kind of out of control. See what they're doing. They're actually pretty content, so also totally hit the wrong button at the keyboard. That's what happens when you don't look at where your fingers are going. All coming from memory, of course. Alrighty. So we got Bond up here leading, I believe. That's the guy we have got to beat when it comes to the points, if I remember correctly. If not, we still need to beat him anyways. So we do have a pit lane here. It's honestly the worst pit lane of the game. And you do not want to hit that because it will lose you a ton of time. But there we go. Fastest lap of the race is ours. Currently we have an extra point in the bank for ourselves. BMW went out there on the outside of us to get some speed and position. Good job by him there. We're not going to let him have that though. But very smart initiative here, there. Ooh, yeah, hit these curves a little bit. Yeah, you see that rear end shaking around like that. If that were to lose control, we would go spinning around. It would not be fun. But that is one key feature of this car, this track. You hit those just right. You don't quite get enough grip on that left rear tire. It will totally wipe you out, so not a fun experience, as we're actually racing up here pretty close with the GTS cars. So we got Avon Tire lady up here racing in the, I think it's the Sistron, or the, I forget what this thing is called, but anyways, this is the Avon Tire lady right here racing in the blue car. Get past that person. We got the Panars right up here racing against, I can't tell if that is the VMAC or the Storm car. Still racing this Avon lady though. Either way. Even have the online option, the Avon E. You can see that on the back of the car there, so they're trying to get you to shop Avon online, obviously. There we go, we knock off more time on our lap time. I'm gonna keep on hitting this person because they might have more speed, but they don't have as much talent apparently, as we're doing a better lap time than they are. Not my fault they're slow. Should have sold more Tupperware or something. By the way, Tupperware. Tupperware was Tupperware. Tupperware's pretty good. good stuff. Lasted years compared to the newer stuff currently, which doesn't last past one microwave. That's the microwavable stuff. It doesn't last past one microwave session. So what does that tell you? I don't know, but it's not good. Alright, so we got, these guys are just everywhere. So they've got some really bad setups going on for them right here. Try to put the lap times down. We're going to take the shortcut and fly. There we go. Love the sound of this car. If we can get up next to it and just listen to it. There we go. That car up there, that Panaz just has such a great sound to it. Love the sound of those cars in game. It's just insane how good they sound. So we are holding our own here pretty good. I'm not sure what lap time we're going to get here, but it might be at 140 if we're good. Well, we knocked off a little bit more time, not at 140, but still 141.29, not too bad. Oh, listen to that Panaz back there. Man, that's such a good sounding car. Sorry about that, dude, but you're coming over to my lane. Get out of the way. I will move you. I am faster than you. Apparently, I can drive better than you. Get out of my way. So through the technical sections, we definitely seem to be a bit better than these GTS guys. So what can we do once we get to one of those cars? I don't know, but it'll probably be pretty good. One car that I will probably not be racing is that VMAC, if they were to offer me a career, just because those cars handle really, really badly. I mean, you thought this car handled kind of strangely with how much rear end wiggle it has. That car's just perpetually broke. I'm not sure what to make of it, but it's like perpetually in a broke status of wiggle and body roll. I don't know what to make of it. Taking a look at this car, I mean, you just look at that. So this almost looks like it's trying to be a Corvette or the Pontiac. Because remember when they had the Pontiacs running, those were pretty cool looking cars. But it's kind of, I'm not sure what this is. I've always kind of thought it's the Pontiac, what is it, the GTD prototype, I think is what it was, or the Daytona prototype. I think it was Daytona prototype. And there we go for 140, 1 minute and 40-second lap time. Nice to see. So we're getting better every lap. That's pretty cool. And we still have to finish this lap. I want to get up to this car and actually take a look at it because it is a cool looking car. Ooh, get a little bit loose in the grass there. Take a little bit of the shortcut here. We didn't really save any time there, but that's fine. This car here so we can take a look at it while we're racing. Has a good sound to it as well. It's kind of like a nice clean V8 sound to it. Yeah, we can't quite catch him. He's a little bit too nimble. I mean, we've done really good. I mean, we've been able to outpace two of the GTS cars. And we're GT class cars. I mean, that's pretty impressive here. Let's see if we can take the shortcut. There we go. Take a look at this car here. Yeah, that looks really close to the Pontiac Daytona prototype car. Somewhere I have a hero card poster of the last time they ran it, because they ran it for so many years, and then when they GM axed Pontiac, which is the dumbest move on their part in my opinion, they axed that car company that switched it to being a Corvette. But those Pontiacs looked really, really good. And there we go. We have finished the race with a decisive victory in the GT class, also defeating two of the GTS cars. So that is how you do it. Taking a look at the point standings, we continue to have a decisive lead over the BMW GT, being driven by Agent 42, also known as Bond. So we're doing a very good job on that, and hopefully you can keep those points rolling. Alrighty, so there we go. If we want to keep Jimmy Goodwin happy, we keep doing it. And he's got to admit that we could be a real winner. Well, we know we're a winner, but we need to get the title. That's what we need to win at. So, alrighty guys, so next up on the schedule is the Austrian Talladega. Let's head on out. Alrighty, it's foggy doggy time in Austria as we get shoved right into the wall. First thing that we do, that's always cool when that happens. Also, it's fog. Okay, I was thinking I didn't see any lights, but there they are. I found it. Anyways, moving on. So, we are now racing at the Austrian Talladega. As we get going here, we didn't have very good of a race last time. I think we ended up, what, 4th? But the car just was not handling that good as we're getting banged around here by Red Bull. Excuse me, sir. Would you mind not hitting me? Alright, so we got a pretty good points lead going on, but we need to keep that going and get another win if we can. Not sure how many laps that would be able to put us ahead, but potentially a lead's worth of wins. And then of course we have the Hockenheimring in Germany. That'll be the championship finale, so we got to see what we can do about that. Then we got potentially tryouts for the end of the season to see what we'll be able to race in next season, which hopefully, if we are able to get the championship, we'll be moving on. You kind of got loose there. Hopefully, we'll be racing in the GTS class next season, as we've done a pretty good job proving what we can do here in the Quaff Power Systems car. Is that what it is? Yeah, Quaff Power Systems. Sweet. Yeah, this is the other thing that I really do like about this game, is that the weather does change from year to year. It doesn't stay the same. And it also is different by what class you're racing in as well, so it's a little bit different. Ooh, there we go, new lap record off the bat, along with the fastest lap being grabbed by us, so that's sweet. Always my worst turn right there. But looks like we're making it through pretty good. A little bit off there, a little bit over here. I think this is Bond here in front of us. So Bond's been pretty consistent so far this season, so we definitely want to keep him in second if we can. So with how consistent he is, he's pretty close to being within a win to defeat us points-wise. And we cannot finish anything worse than second to keep him in view. We're also going to make sure that we get that extra point just to help to cushion everything so that we don't fall too far behind. I don't know what's going on with the talent in the GTS class, but the GTS class seems like it is not doing as well as it has in years past. Seems like we are got a little bit more talent potentially in the ranks rather than them, so that's kind of interesting to look at as we continue to race in foggy dogginess. Alright, so lap time looking a little bit better there. Definitely like that. Always some of my worst turns right through there. You just, it's like, yeah, it's like you could probably power through it, but it's like, better to be safe than sorry. And since we're trying for a win here, as we get up next to Bond, as he made a little bit of a mistake there, he's going to get a little bit more momentum on the way out, so that's fine. But we got it. Oh yeah, he had a major profile there, went wide, and that's not going to help him out on the straightaway. There we go, another lap record done. Alright, we got the Panaz up here. Getting hit by Bond there. Went off into the dirt. That's the thing, is consistency, and Bond in this BMW, he's been very consistent so far this year, so we just cannot give him any space to work. But yeah, look at how spread out this GTS field is. I'm not sure what's going on with them, but they have definitely, well, actually, no, look at us too. I mean, the GT class, I mean, we're spread pretty thin here. They're GTS actually makes us look pretty bad. So we'll keep our comments on how bad the talent is in the GTS to ourselves, as we don't have that much room to speak, especially since the leader of the GT class, now who's going down to second, keeps running into the dirt. So I mean, there's not a whole lot of room for us to be speaking about talent now, is there? No, not really. Although technically, if you think about it long enough, the fact that the leader of the GT class, who's also spinning himself out now, has been able to grab the lead while also hitting the dirt and maintain that lead until just about now is kind of impressive. But that is a bit of a stretch, so right now we just need to work on getting back to second, back to first, not going off into the dirt. Little things like that that really make a race consistent and better. So let's see what we can do here. Look behind us, it is clear back there other than the fog here at the Austrian Talladega. See if we can catch up to is it Chug? No, it's Shred who's in this. I think. Getting hit by him, that's fine. I don't remember where Chug went. Chug, he went somewhere. I think he got a upgrade to the GTS class. Going for the bond. There we go, very good. That's where we want to be. Right, hit that brakes. Got a lot of rubber getting laid down in that corner right there. Not sure that's going to help us out with the grip or not, but it's there anyways. Hey, we didn't go into the dirt this time. That is improvement. We will take it. One thing nice about this game is that the car doesn't usually react that quickly to changes in inputs and stuff, so you can actually sometimes get away with a nose itch if you have it a little bit better than some other games with the controller. So it kind of makes this game a little bit of a relaxing drive in some ways when you have an itch to the nose, because you can kind of get up there and grab that thing, come back, and the car's still exactly where you left it. Just interesting game quirks that you notice over time. Alright, looks like we're going to just miss out on being lapped by the LMPs. Trying to see a shorter race isn't a bad thing, but still. Looks like we're going to get by with one lap to go, presented by CombustionGamer Gear. Yeah, check it out. CombustionGamer Gear, links below. American-made t-shirts with American-grown cotton. Check it out. Printed in the USA. That's 3 USA production things there. We got American cotton, we got American-made cotton-made shirts, and then we've got printed American-made, American-grown shirts. Yeah, check it out. Actually pretty comfortable. Alright, so this is Bonanza Zaza. That's behind us here in the Panaz. It's actually apropos. The Panaz driver, Bonanza. What actually was Bonanza about? I know it's a western of some sort, but I don't think I ever watched it. Bonanza. I honestly don't know. I'm trying to blank on that one. I know it was a western of some sort, but I don't think I've ever actually looked it up. Anyways, moving on from western movie titles, or show titles. We're about to win at the Austrian Talladegas, which is a huge improvement over last year's rather sad performance. And we're actually going to beat another GTS car, so performance-wise we have definitely increased what we've been working on, which is definitely impressive. Heading on down the straight, and we are winners at the Austrian Talladega. The Telemaring. Talladega. We'll just keep calling it Talladega. That works. Alrighty, let's take a look here. We got Yep, we got Shred, Bond, McDowell, all those guys. Where did Chug go? I'm gonna find where Chug went. There's Chug. He's driving the VMAC. Okay, good to know. McLaren dominating. Geary Boy won the pro class. That's unfortunate. Alrighty, and there we go. Points-wise, basically, we are untouchable now. We could probably just start the Hawker Marine race and then leave, but what fun is that? So that's going to be in the next video, guys. Thank you for coming along and watching. We'll see you guys here next time in the TIR Season 2 career mode, as we're going to be finishing off, hopefully grabbing that championship and then seeing where our career will take us in the GTS series. Well, that'll be all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Alright, guys, it has come down to this final race. Hawker Marine. We head out to Germany for the championship race in the GT class. Let's go. Alright, guys, welcome back to TIR on the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel. And we are back racing here. It's championship weekend here at Hawker Marine. We are going racing here in the GT class in the Quaff. So basically, we are almost assuredly guaranteed the championship in the points. So we don't even have to really finish the race. But you know what? We're going to, because a racer that starts the race and then finishes the race, well, I don't know, that doesn't seem like a worthwhile endeavor. It seems like you race because there's a love of racing. Not to mention the sponsors will remove all your funding if you don't race. So I mean, there's always that side effect. But if you're going to be racing, you should be racing because you love it. If you don't love it, why are you racing? Other than the money factor. But anyways, we'll move on from there. But anyways, we are here racing in the final race, potentially the final race of our career in the GT class, as we are looking for higher planes of grass. Yeah, there was a metaphor in my brain and it quickly dissipated as soon as I opened my mouth. That's always how it works for me. And also, don't forget about the speed boost you can get when you hit that wall. If you hit the wall twice, you actually get a speed boost that gets you through that section a lot quicker. I don't recommend it because it kind of makes the car a little bit uncontrollable, and sometimes it helps you, sometimes it doesn't. Not very consistent, but there is that speed boost there. So, in case anyone's wondering, that does work in some particular cases. Not recommended though, but it is possible, as we barely missed clipping that barrier there, which could have really hurt our chances of getting our top 3 here. Not really that much, but definitely being able to advance our position in this race. BMW is up there doing a great job. It is Germany, so they obviously want to be able to get that win there for sure. So we need to be able to get up here and get these guys. Not get into the gravel, please, as that will slow us up quite bad. Oh, I guess it's kitty litter, actually. Don't get into the kitty litter or the gravel or whatever it is, the rocks. Don't get into that stuff. Definitely not good for the brakes. So Bond just set the fastest lap, and we'll take that away from him and give our own fastest lap 2 seconds better. So this Quaff car has definitely been very good. Even last season it was good. I mean, it was up there during, I think it was Silverstone and Springfield, and one of the race I remember it being in the lead of the GT class, and it did a really good job. So I mean, the guy that was driving this thing last year was really good, and just the speed in this car is excellent. So I mean, this car really is championship caliber of a car. So nice to be able to actually get that for this team, as they put a lot of work into this car, and it sounds good too. It's a good sounding car. I do enjoy it. Alright, we're gonna just stay behind Bond here, give him a speed boost as we can. Off the track he goes. I was hoping he was going to, but he actually got it rode down better than normal. You have to hit them just right to get them stuck down there, and sometimes you have to come in from far behind and hit them with a good amount of force to really be able to get these guys stuck. Once they're stuck though, they stay stuck for a pretty long amount of time. Just really, really cool. braking. Eee, so even with that, we're a little bit quicker this lap. Alright, so you see they have a lot more maneuverability, can really drive off from me. So the BMWs, they're good. They're not slouches, but definitely not a car that I want to drive in this game. It's a very, very stiff handling car. It has the speed, but handling-wise, it really just does not have it when it comes to what my driving style is. And he is really getting away. So I think we might have made him extremely mad, because that is one thing. When you make them extremely mad, they will start putting down some lap times. So that could be potentially what's going on there. Yep, I think that might be what happened. I think we might have hit him a little bit too much. Oh dear. Okie dokie, so we're going to have to work on that just a bit more. As he has left the chat, quite literally. I think he wants to win for this season. He already has a win, but I think he wants a second win. As long as we stay here in second, we're totally fine on points. Really, there isn't a way to lose the championship on points, but still, the more points you have, the better things are. Alright, nice and easy in here. Alright, a little bit too far there, but we'll make it work. Yeah, he is, we think we made him a little bit on the mad side. That's why he's doing so good there. He should chill out a little bit, but he is really moving here at Hockham Ring. Not one of my better tracks either, so I'm a little bit on the slow side of this track anyway, so that's kind of how that one goes. See if we can cut into that lead of his, though. Let's try and pay attention to what the difference is. Don't remember where our next sector is to help me know where I'm at. There it is. 6 seconds ahead, so he is really putting down some time there. I've been a little bit slower this lap, so I need to put down some time on my own. See what we can do here. He is moving out. Good night. There we go. That's a little bit better through there. Give me a little bit more speed. Into the kitty litter. A little bit too fast there. I'm going to have to deal with his teammate here. Very pretty looking car. That is one thing, is that the cars are extremely pretty. Getting a little weird shadow popping up there on the ground. Not sure what that's about. So he has, good night, made 2 seconds more there. I'm not sure how we're supposed to beat him, but it's not going to be good. Also, we were like, how many seconds slower? We were 3 seconds slower that lap. Good night, what are we doing? I'm not sure how to fix that one. Whatever we're doing is not working. A little bit quicker there. Ooh, had a little bit of a frame freeze up there. Couldn't really see what I was doing. Sometimes that does that when you hit high speed into those corners and hit the brakes. The game will kind of stutter a little bit. That is one thing that I've noticed that will happen. And that happened on the ancient computer. It's happening here on the newer computer. So that's something in game. I don't know what to tell you on that one. It just is an issue, which is fine. Just something you got to watch out for when you're in a important decision-making basis on your racing. You need to know when to let off of the brake, and you can't because the game's stuttering. You're not sure if you're wound down enough or not. Brakes, hit the brakes, hit the brakes. Very good. Throttle. Let's see, with LMP guys getting to us here, I don't think we're gonna make it. I'm gonna try here though, but I think Bond is settled in his mind that he is winning this final race, and we are not invited to compete with him anymore. Yep, okay, we got the LMP cars behind us here. There he is. And he's gone. There's no way we're catching back up to him. Stay out of their way here. Get thrown off into the gravel by the guy. Thank you very much. Let's see what lap time we get here. Alright, so we made it faster that time, but we were just losing lap time to Bond. I'm not sure what was going on there. Still got the lap record, though. Alright, so there you go. Bond doing a 2:16 a lap, basically. So, great job by him. We still get second, though. And there we are. The point standings. We win with a handy margin. Nice to see that. Taking a look at the points there. We got Hussein and Gibbs there. They had a real tight battle. And Hussein able to get just 1 point above him. So, very tight in the Pro Series. Taking a look at GTS. Very close between the McLarens, the Fries, and the Bird. And both of those guys just 2 points away. You got Klink there in the Lister GTS. He got third with 23 points, and then Chugnorius ended up in fourth with 15. So none of those guys in the bottom three did very good points-wise this season. Is what I take away from that. Alright, so there we go. Bond is our rival, so we obviously made him mad, but we also are the champion. So let's congratulate ourselves with a nice little backpack there. Back pat. And moving on. So there we go, finished. Ooh, we also get a new car, the Sentra. Very nice looking car there. So we got that. And now the end of the season. Congratulate ourselves once again. Also go ahead and save our career. There we go. Yes, please. Thank you. Just so we know that that's done. And we'll continue on. And there we go. We got ourselves a few different options to choose from. We got the Sentra, Mr. Pete Sluwiski. We got Graham Johnson and Mike Baker. So taking a look at what we got there. So total points, 2. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I think that's like the highest amount of points they got. I'm not sure how that's working. But let's see here. So, you know it makes sense. Seems like this guy wants to see what we can do on track, so I'm not going to take him. But see, that looks like the Pontiac car there. We got the Panaz and we got the Sentra. We're going to take the Panaz. So we're going to be shaking our hands and whatnot, win under your belt and points under the championship table. Yep, sounds like a good idea to me. And let's get better than this, a brand new season, the fastest cars and the top drivers. Yes, sirree. Now we have 2 extra races on the schedule here. I'm not sure if there's a way for us to see it. I don't think there's a way for us to see what's on the season, but I believe Sebring is now going to be on the track on the schedule, and one other track's going to be on the schedule that I don't remember which one it is. So, anyways, 7 races next season is what we got going on, and we are in the Panaz GTS car. And you say, why did you go with that? Considering the speed and the handling of those 3 cars, the Panaz makes the best sense, honestly. The best move for me to be able to get to the Pro Series is to race the season in the Panaz, do the best that I can points-wise, be able to get to the McLaren, drive the McLaren, and then be able to jump over into the Pro Series from that car. That's the best, usually the best career path to be able to take in this. So, obviously, if we do a really good season, we might get a few offers from the pros. Then more than likely, we'll end up staying down in the GTS for 2 seasons like we did in GT, which is fine. That'll be fun. But that's what we got going on for next season. So, Season 3, 7 races available. And I've never driven this career mode with Pro before, so I don't know if the laps increase I know obviously the races increase, but I don't know if the laps increase, so we're going to have to find that out. So let me go ahead and save my progress here once again. There we go, we are good to go on that. But next time, guys, Season 3, we head out to Silverstone with a brand new team and potentially brand new racing conditions on Silverstone as well. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys here next time on the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will be racing next time in TIR for Season 3 of the Career Mode. Bye-bye.